Alrighty. So, I'm doing this now, I guess. Just gonna wait for people to flood in. Hopefully. Oh, hello. Hey, Nitros Blue. How's it going? Just a forewarning. I'm not gonna do anything for a couple seconds. I'm not gonna start building this until enough people come in. Doing good? That's good to hear. Finally, content. Okay. All right. So, yeah, this is just gonna be a chill stream like most of my other ones. I'm not gonna do anything extravagant today. Just felt like doing something. So, yeah, I'm going to be building this set, the Lloyd's Titan mech. Just picked it up from the store. Thought it would be a nice thing to just mess around with. So, yeah, I'm just going to get into this real quick. Didn't really have anything proper to open it with, so using a screwdriver. Okay. Out with the box. Huh, it's interesting. Instructions aren't usually in a bag, so kind of unusual. Dang, I feel like a toy reviewer. Okay. That's new. What is? Oh, the instructions being in a bag. Because, yeah, I've seen it once or twice, but it's not very common. Not really common at all. So, yeah. Yeah, it's not really a common thing. It just kind of happens every once in a while. Typically in big sets or sets that have stickers or whatever these are. Banners, I guess. Anyway. Okay, where's the... That's not it. Okay. Move these out of the way. I mostly bought this for the pieces since, you know, sand green and gold are colors that I'm typically looking for. So, it's a cape, that's always nice. Don't know what I'd use it for, though. Not very sure at all. All right, let's get into it. You know, I think I should have made a brick fair video this year, but whoops. I didn't really feel like doing one this time around. I kind of felt like people would get the idea that I'd show up there. But, I was more busy and more focused on packing and such, so I wasn't exactly keen on making a proper video, a formal video about it. I don't really like to waste my time with that sort of thing. I mean, to let people know that I'm going to be somewhere, and, if people want to see me or something. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that would be. It is a challenge. Gosh dang it, I'm not paying full attention to this. If I'm putting this on wrong. Yeah, I hear there's a brick fair in the UK, somewhere in Europe. But, I obviously wouldn't be able to go to that one. I wish I could, but that'd be a bit much for a Lego convention in my books. I'd meet a lot of, I always like to meet people, but I'm not exactly gonna want to go all the way to Europe for something like that. I'm willing to go to Virginia. For a while I lived there, so it's nothing like the one in Virginia. Yeah, I get you. I went to one in Charlotte, I remember, and it was kind of underwhelming. Like there was there was like a decent amount of people. The building was about the same size as it would be in Virginia, but it was just like there was basically no one there. My gosh, I really am not paying attention. Where's the sheath? Okay. Alright, done with the minifigures so far, I hope. Nope, never mind. Not really one to waste my time with minifigures. Oh, hi Holly, or Noretta. How's it going? My bad, got mixed you up with someone else. How you be? Yeah, I'm just kind of sitting here doing this, mostly talking to myself. Yeah, I was mostly talking about Brick Fair. Mostly. And about how I didn't really make like a formal video that I was about me going to Brick Fair, because I assumed that everyone was gonna. Well, yeah. Yeah, you're here. Yeah, I wasn't. I'm not completely lonely. I lied. But yeah. I was talking about how I didn't make a formal Brick Fair video and stuff like that. Nothing special. Speaking of Brick Fair, I'm finishing the edits on my vid. Awesome. I really want to see that. I'm sure there will be some spicy jokes left in there. I always like to see Brick Fair highlight reels or something like compilations of all the mocks that we're seeing there, and even just the times that were had at the convention. It's been exporting for hours. Oh no. Yeah, that's always a pain. Exporting is not fun. Ever. Sorry, I was building off screen. Because I kind of have to lean forward when I'm building this, so I apologize for that. It's so long, it's almost 2 hours. Oi! Oi, Stormy Boy, how you be? Here to drop some spicy memes for the chat? How you be? The watermelon. Oh boy. Gosh darn you and your stupid watermelons. You will be destroyed by the might of citrus. Hello, Vanu. The day you make that joke in person, I will destroy you. Yeah, Naretta, I love watermelon, but I don't like storms, so you see the position that I'm in. You and your stupid freaking oranges. Hey, man. Oranges are great. Oranges are amazing. You cannot... Wrong color, I'm really not paying attention. My goodness. Orange melon. Cease this accursed language, you fiend. You sick monster. We do not do that here. We do not do that here. Zion Illusionist. Sup. Howdy. Howdy do, partner. Okay, what am I doing here? I just stopped paying attention for 5 gosh dang seconds. I don't know where I am. Okay. Vanu's actually king of Wakanda. I'll let that one slide. I'll let that one slide because if I didn't, this stream would be too violent to be posted on YouTube. What are you building? I am building this thing right here. I'm gonna just cover all this for a second. Can it be caught by the camera? Sort of. I'm building the Lloyd's Titan mech set. It's not very specific. It's just Lloyd's Titan mech. But yeah, I just picked that up at Target when I went out of town, and yeah, I just decided to nab that. Let me read some more comments. Toa Naretta says, "Orange melon." How dare you? I'm good. Just drawing a new logo for my channel while I watch this. Oh, that's nice. I'm flattered that you decide to listen to this stream while you create something. That's always nice to know that I'm, when you're kind of inspiring something or whatever. If I even am, but glad you're here. Glad you're listening. Vanu is the Black Panther. Vanu, quick, what's that lurking behind you? Made me look behind me. There was nothing there, Naretta. How could you do this to me? How much did it cost? I think about $60. About $60. No, it was definitely more than that. It was like 70. Success. Yeah, you got me. uh, okay. Not completely lost. Need to get my bearings. Need to build like there is no tomorrow. It's 60 or 70 in the UK. It sounds accurate to me. Yeah, it was around that price when I got it. Uh, 1 second. Sorry about that. Uh, pick up the pace. This be speed building challenge. It's not a speed building challenge, but I will pick up the pace. I do. I've waited a while to build this. Funny thing about this stream, um, I wanted to open up this set as soon as I got home, but then I thought, you know what? Maybe I should actually post something once for once in a while. You know, I haven't posted anything, so I wanted to. Um, and so I wanted to stream like maybe in 2 days after, right? And then later, I asked everybody. I asked the rest of the Pori, hey, do you think I should? I'm gonna build this eventually. Do you think I should? Or some of the Hapori, I asked, do you think I should start a stream today? And then they all went, oh no, we won't be able to drop in and watch or anything. So I was like, well, crap. I guess I'm gonna have to push that back to the weekends where this stream won't be completely dead. So yeah, so I just had this thing on my shelf for like 4 or 5 days, and it was just agonizing. I couldn't open it. I wanted the pieces so badly, but I just could not get to it. It was a painful wait, but now I'm here. Ah, poop. Living the dream. School season late at night. No good combo. Yeah, it is not. Language? What did I say? If I said anything, I said it unconsciously. There's no way I'm ready to stream on YouTube due to the fact I'm kind of irrelevant in the community, so I just stick to streaming on Instagram. Well, you got to start somewhere, man. I mean, like it wasn't like I just joined the Hapori and then my channel exploded or anything. It was like it didn't really even explode. It's just there. But like I was, I'd post, a while. Oh, well, I'm sorry, Narita. I'm sorry. I wasn't paying much attention. I should not I should not get ahead of myself like that. But yeah, like isn't you really do, like, I know people say it here, there, and everywhere, and it's like really cliche to say, but you really do just start somewhere. It's not, you just have to start. The best way to be successful is if you just start. You just jump headlong into it. You don't get successful overnight, and you need to expect that. But eventually, if you keep at it, you will. So, I wouldn't say just uh I wouldn't say that you're not relevant enough in the community to, to start streaming. I'd say like post a video or two and then maybe start streaming, because, you know, not everybody's going to watch like an hour or two of you building or something. I still have a creator set to build. Well, yeah, I mean, you could stream that. Hello, Akoto. Friggin' YouTube doesn't send me a notification nor show me the stream in my feed. I'm very sorry about that, Vanu. It's all right. I know that YouTube is the big dumb when it comes down to that sort of thing, but you know what? As long as you guys get here, well, it doesn't really matter. You're here, aren't you? So, I'm always appreciative of that. Getting deja vus. I literally had no idea you were streaming, my guy. Well, yeah, I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything at all, so that's kind of more my fault than YouTube's at that point, but it's whatever's, I guess. I have the bell turned on, so whenever Vanu posts or streams, I'm there. Well, I really appreciate that. That's very nice of you that you do that. I appreciate it. You know what? If you do a stream, then I'll drop by and watch it and maybe support you. If it gives any assurance to, to do something with your channel. Nitros. He told me but retracted it. Yeah, I didn't want to. No, I wasn't. Okay, I didn't even start the stream when I messaged you about that, Renzo. But also, hey, hi, glad you're here. Yeah, I didn't actually start streaming then. So you got here relatively on time, or I already told you, but yeah, whatever. How you doing, Renzo? Tonaretta just turned on the bell. Thank you. No one needed to turn on the bell until I started finally uploading something. I did this to myself. Don't do that, says Howdy. Howdy. Howdy, partner. Good to hear, Renzo. Good to hear that you're doing good. Oh no, all of 5 people are watching. I need to pick up the pace. Only kidding. Glad that I don't expect, like, everyone that I know to be watching. Could get more people in, on the Discord to join. No. It's fine. It doesn't really bother me. It's just, more people to talk to, the merrier, but you don't have to do anything like that. It doesn't really matter to me. Okay. 10 pieces. Sorry, I'm building slightly off screen. Anything I'm missing? Nope. I'm sorry, I'm like a really slow, like, vehicle or mech builder. I'm just, when it comes down to building vehicles, I'm really out of it. Even more so streaming it. Ranzu Mercs. Haven't heard that pronunciation before. I'm still here just listening to music while drawing and watching you. Glad you are. Good luck with the whole banner. Hope that's going well. You were pretty speedy at Brick Fair. Yeah, I was. But building at my own pace has led me to get used to building in my own good time. Took me 1 hour and 30 minutes to build the Hulkbuster set. Well, that's the Hulkbuster. I mean, then again, this would technically be larger, I think, but whatever the case, like that's the Hulkbuster is no small set. It's pretty large, so yeah. I used to pride myself on building the Scopio set, but because I was like underage and I was what 11, and it said that the age recommendation was like 16 or something. I was like, you know what? I'm a defy it. So it took me about 4 hours, and I did not take a break at all. I just went at it for 4 hours straight on my bed, just building. I'm still pretty happy about that. Uh, Making a guy with eight arms. Any ideas? Oof. Make sure the feet are large enough to support that kind of weight, because that's 8 arms is no joke. Trust me, I've made like a 10-armed figure with just CCBS bones. It's a really old mock. I don't even know if I have pictures of it, but that thing could not stand for crap. He just could not stand. So, if you try to do anything like that, just a warning: make sure that he has strong joints and that he has a solid, they can hold his ground with, relatively large feet, because otherwise he's going to be toppling all over the place, everywhere. Uh, Took me 1 hour. Took me 2 hours and 40 minutes to build a $20 creator set. Granted, I took it apart and built the other models. Well, yeah, if you're building the other models, then I'm not. It doesn't really surprise me. It'd take me a while. No, not the big one, the Infinity War one. I can't remember what that one looked like, so I can't properly gauge. But yeah, yeah. Okay, I remember now. Yeah, that one. It's still like relatively large. It's not gigantic, but eh, yeah, it could still prove a challenge to build. Uh, Infinity War 1 had friggin' toes. Did it? I don't notice the minor details such as that. Not much. There I go again, misplacing pieces. Alrighty. There we are. Some very nice wings. I don't think anyone saw me build those. What a shame. I'm back, boys. Welcome back, Zion. I use the armor shells because I love that red color on it. Oh yeah, the dark red CCBS shells. Yeah, I wanted to. Was it the CC? No, they weren't CCBS shells. Was it the Stormtrooper shoulder armor piece or something? Gonna have to get a piece detector to find all of those escapees. uh, Trust me, I am the piece detector. I just choose not to pick them up. uh, yeah, I'm using slicer heads. Yeah, those would be pretty stable. Just now, just the joints. Either use the friction adders or something. I'm thinking of using the new Spinjitzu Tornado pieces as a dress for a Matoran-sized mock. That's actually not a. That is a very good idea. Seeing these pieces, that's a very good idea right there. Very nice idea. I'd love to see that in action. If I don't try to do it myself, but you know, I'm not one for stealing ideas, so go for it. And I haven't moved from this page in 5 minutes. Okay. I wish I could get a Space Police set. Yeah, those sets were awesome. I took them for granted because when the line ended, I was so mad because some of the sets I got, and I dismantled them too. Some of the sets I got were awesome. I got the one that came with the two Skull Twins and their little black and red car thing, and I got the Lunar Limo, and those are the two that I remember that I have fond memories of because those were two of my favorite sets from the line. So yeah, I took them for granted. I was really upset when they were gone. So I kind of had that one coming. Um, okay. This mech's got great pieces. Oh yeah. I mean, sand green. My set. And it's got plenty of gold, and since I'm trying to incorporate gold and stuff like that into my mocks a little bit more, you know, add a bit more color. Yeah, I just kind of use them a lot more. I want to use them more. Oof, slicer heads are so tricky. If you decide to use them the way they were intended to be used, not so much, but making good use out of them or trying to make good heads out of them or doing anything of the sort, like anything different, is very tricky. Got a character with those for feet and she falls over if I breathe. Yeah, I know your pain, and I think you know that I know your pain. At Brick Fair, the number one mock that fell over was the dark red and green one. I'm not going to say it by name, as most people probably wouldn't know what the name was. But yeah, I'm pretty sure you know or I know that you know that I know. Never mind, I was going somewhere with that, but I lost myself in the sauce. I was lost in the sauce. Yes, the butterfly lady. Yup, that one. Oh, what a pain. I'm definitely going to completely remake the legs for that one. It's just too painful. Sauce! Sauce! Le sauce is exquisite. Doesn't that set have some of those pentagon pieces in white? They came in a bunch of Nexo sets. I'm not sure. Actually, I think like the Nexo shield piece. If you're referring to those, yeah, I do know what you mean. Yeah, if it's the shields you're talking about, I know. I mean, I'll look at the box again. Yeah, it comes with like 4 or something. It comes with a few. Yeah. Yeah, it comes with 4. The sauce. Le big le sauce. I've returned. Welcome back. Yes, before you returned, people could tell that a storm was brewing. Please, please don't kill me. Look, I try to be funny. Sometimes I like to think I am, but I don't think my life is worth it. Vanu, I'm going to eat all of your bat. By all means, do it. I'm going to eat all of your bats. It's too early. It's too early for this nonsense. By all means, I'll give you the address. I have a fear. I have a fear for Capri Suns. Do not fear the Capri Sun, my friend. Embrace it. It's too early, bro. It's 4:41 over here, so it's even earlier for you. It's even earlier for the Renzolian Contras for this nonsense. Too early. Oh, I mean 4 a.m. or p.m. It's almost time for supper. Ooh. Well, I mean it's 7 p.m. for me. No, that face just. Hmm. I don't know. When you say when you say that face just looks into your eyes, um, first thing that comes to mind is the Kool-Aid Man. He's not that far off the time zones. I don't know Canadian time zones, Noretta. Please do not hurt me. Please, no hurt. I lack the sufficient brain space to build, talk, and know time zones. I'm sorry. I'll have. I'll save a punch. Oh no. What, for next year? You'll save a punch for next year? A Falcon punch? Oh no. I'm gonna get Ridley dragged across the floor. Oh no, these friction adders are loose. What in the world? This ain't normal. Oh, is there something that I was just not paying attention to? Like these don't squeak. In fact, these kind of just sag down as I shake them. Look at this. It's not normal at all. It's not normal to me. What is this? Ooh, yeah, that's early. Storm already got his. Oh no, so I await mine. Yeah, no. No. But sus. I'm too young to die. Will be a saucy punch. Oh no. It's the worst kind. My suffering will be long and it will be painful. Out with this, that, and that. On to the next bag. Okay, so thankfully the torso is going to be the first thing that I get out of the way here, so it won't be as painful. Okay, so it came. I did not notice these. I did not notice this at all. But there are the Nexonite shields in sand green. I did not know these were here, and I am so very happy that they're here. And I noticed a couple of other interesting pieces in here somewhere. Firstly, okay, so these pieces in gold, these right here, very, very nice. And the studs with the hole through them, if it would focus. Very nice. And right here, this piece in white. I haven't gotten this in this color before. And, you know, of course, lots of sand green, lots of greebling material. A lot of good stuff in here. All right, so to put this together. And some of these as well. I'm yet to find a way to utilize these, but I'm very excited to see how I put some of these parts to use. As sometimes I don't know what I'm doing with them, but I eventually figure it out. Nitros Blue says, I have a question for all of you. I'm not. Yeah, ask away. What is thine question? What does cheese taste like? It's, well, if you've heard any of my jokes, there's a lot of cheese in those. So yeah, it's like it's very it's like milk, but it's salty and solid and flavorful. I've asked everyone this. Like everyone you've met, because a question like that would, uh, if asked to the wrong person, they could be going through an existential crisis after that. Salty, squishy, solid milk. Yep. That summarizes it very nicely. That is exactly what it's like. Okay. That. Very interesting question indeed. It was very suspenseful. I like it. I have a question too. Oh no. This is gonna be there's gonna be there's gonna be an endless loop of just random questions. I could feel it. What is thine question, Neretta? What's that on your ceiling? I'm not falling for it. Not falling for it this time. Not this time. Fool me once. Shame on you. Fool me twice. Shame on me. But not today. No, 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 no. I am positive. I am positive there's nothing on my ceiling. Unless it's a wasp, then I'd I would not be surprised, but I'd also freak the hell out. Think it could be a spider? Okay, Spooder be my friend. I have no gripe against Spooder. Spooder can stay on my ceiling as long as it wants. A spider bat. Oh my god. Naretta, I was planning on sleeping tonight. Uh, I don't know if you knew that, but I was planning on sleeping, and now I don't think I will ever be able to sleep again in my life. Ever. Oops. Yeah, that was more than an oops in my books. It was le oops of spooks. This build is pretty interesting so far. Did I miss something? Or is that just... No, I didn't miss anything. That's weird. This piece feels so insecure right here because it's only connected by 2 studs. And I'd imagine it'd be connected by all 4, but I guess not. Put that there. feel like this torso right here is just going to be the long haul. It's going to be, if I get this done relatively fast, then I won't have to deal with it all that much. Or no, if I get this done soon enough, then everything else should be a breeze. Should be. Don't know if it will be. So, when I was at the store trying to get this, or like trying to get a set, it was kind of like I was going to get this set without question for the pieces, but you know that one set of like the system built Cobra, like the fire Cobra, the Egyptian snake people or whatever. Yeah, I wanted to get that set because, it was a cool idea for a set. It had some sand blue. It had the plastic piece for for I guess the crown of the Cobra. And yeah, it was kind of a tie between that and this. But I wanted that set more because I wanted this because of the pieces, and I value a set's pieces more than like a set being a good set. But for like an interesting, different set, I wanted to get that fiery Cobra thing. And I don't even know what the deal is with these new villains. I just know they exist and that they're kind of cool. Like, did they replace the Serpentine or something? If anyone knows, I'd appreciate an answer, but like I have no idea what their deal is. They just kind of showed up. But I definitely like their aesthetic a little bit more than the Serpentine. The Serpentine were just kind of like they just have, I don't know if these guys did the same thing, or I don't remember, or I didn't pay much attention. But they had like every single villain, or like these snake based villains, always have this trend where they wield snakes as props. Like there'd be these smaller snakes that had like a minifig bar connection, and they'd just wave those things around. It looks so stupid. But they actually used them as weapons. They didn't do that in the show, the Serpentine, from what I remember. But I don't watch the show anymore, so I don't know anything about these guys. But they just, well, they did kind of do a soft reboot, didn't they? So I guess these guys could be like a reiteration of the Serpentine or something. I don't know. I don't know what it could be. They're just kind of there to me. Snacks. Yeah, indeed. They were interesting. But yeah, it was a tie between them and this, and I ultimately went with this because of the tan. All for the tan. But make no mistake, I will certainly take this apart immediately. Just for the pieces. You should make a snack boy. Well, I was planning on making like deities based off of like Greek and Norse gods, so I could do something like that. That, and the whole, like, for those who didn't know, I'm rebooting my story again. Surprise, surprise. But I want to kind of give a little bit more structure to what I have currently. So, um, the like Kralos and everything, my self mock or current self mock. Since I'm rebooting the whole story, he probably won't be anymore. Uh, but yeah, I'm basically making him have like an entire species, right? So it's gonna be like, yeah, they're okay. Yeah, Nareda, the Kralos's race are like all Egyptian based, and they have like their own pantheon that they of uh of gods and goddesses that they worship. But then there are like several more pantheons. So it's not just Egyptian based. It's kind of a mix, but yeah, for Carlos's race, it's mostly Egyptian based, which is why I wanted the gold so that I could add more of that aesthetic. Yeah, that was, but the whole pantheon thing, like yeah, yeah, in a back and forth discussion, it'd be more uh a lot easier to describe. But long story short, uh, Kralos's race have it praise a certain pantheon of gods, and the Toa have their own pantheon. Do you plan on making a series one day? I'm mostly focusing on uh the new house that I recently moved into, and um you know, building enough characters for my story to make sense, but I want to just kind of write the whole thing out before it um I want to write the whole thing out before I commit to it completely. So, yeah. Yeah, hey Renzo. Yeah, I did move recently, and it was kind of like before Brick Fair and everything, so um yeah, uh it was fairly recent. Didn't really think it'd matter to anybody, so I just didn't really say anything about it. So, yeah, everyone be moving. Yes, we be moving and grooving. We all be moving and grooving now. Did I move that too far? Yeah, I moved that too far. Uh, Comrade's moving too. Oh, really? I had no idea. Is he? I staying put? Yeah. Nareda is avoiding the stress altogether. Very smart. Very, very smart. I realize that as I'm building, I'm kind of like obscuring the build, so I apologize for that. I kind of have this the camera put in an awkward space, so yeah, I can't really um I can't exactly show everything proper, so I apologize. If I had the camera in front of me, then it'd be very uncomfortable. I'm thinking about picking this one up, either this or the lava snake guy. I'd go with this if you want. Yeah, I'd go with this one. It seems to be like a much more worthwhile and, I guess, very compact and very dense set with a lot of interesting pieces if you decide to take it apart one day. But it is, I think that you'd get more bang out of your buck for something like this as opposed to the lava snake. Although one day I would like to pick up the lava snake because it just looks really cool. And I mean, who knows? It might have pieces that I didn't notice that look really, really nice. It's just the price I'm worried about. Yeah, this set was kind of pricey. I'm not gonna lie. It really depends on what you'd want. I'd say like this would be something that maybe you'd want to get on Christmas or something. This definitely would be worth it for like a Christmas gift or something, as opposed to just a set you pick up randomly. This is definitely not something you just pick up on a whim, although I kind of did exactly that, but you know, Christmas. Uh, the snake's frill or whatever it's called is a cool looking plastic thing that would be cool for mocking. Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's why I kind of want to pick it up because I don't know if that would be excellent. It might just be another piece that will be lying around for a long time and I'll never use. But on the other hand, I might use it and it might be the coolest piece in my collection. But I really don't know. And I'll never know unless I get it. Okay. So this thing is getting really compact. These. Oh, so okay, so this is all right. I had no idea what this entire construction was for. Uh, until I realized it was for like the awesome samurai head that the whole thing has. Very nice. It's still exporting, really. It did say like 12 hours, didn't it? Like 12 hours or something, or yeah, didn't it say something like that? Or am I crazy? No, the you said it was still exporting, so I was wondering like didn't you say earlier that it was gonna take like 12 hours for it to fully export or something? I'm probably not remembering this correctly, so yeah, I'm doing the big stupid. Okay. I really want to get to the head as the pieces are. Oh, all right. I can confirm I was being stupid. My bad. Yeah, I thought you said. Well, I forgot. I thought you said 12 hours. My mistake. Where did you get 12? Well, there's the 2. Yeah, I don't know where I got 12. I said I was being kind of stupid. Me and my I guess really easygoing lifestyle has led me to never really be good at retaining information. Uh, okay, not missing anything. Good. Now to put these two together. Yeah. I did miss something. Okay. I almost skipped that entirely. That's it would have been bad. Okay. Very nice looking seat right there. I mean, it's typical, but it's, you know, I guess it's a nice use of the tan pieces. I like it. Noretta, what do you mean, creeper? You're scaring me. Creeper? Aw, man. Okay. Was trying to start memes. The memes will no longer be dreams. Here, we make our memes come true. Almost done drawing the sketch. Just need to work on the head and facial expression for Zion, my YouTube mascot. Awesome. I'll hopefully take a look when this is over, but I'll probably be cleaning up all the plastic bags that will have been left behind from this build fest. At least you got the reference. Well, yeah. Very old Minecraft people would get it. Although, I've returned once more. I was convinced you'd never return, Sir Watermelon. Opening present. Oh yeah, it was. Oh yeah. How could I forgot. Did you tell her that I said happy birthday? Did you? Thank you. Glad you did. Uh, so happy birthday, Storm's mom. Yes. Happy birthday. Uh, okay. Flip this around again. And no, not okay. The head is not yet, unfortunately. So how's about I just put some of the stuff that I'm working on, just showcase some of the stuff that I've been working on at the end of or when I'm done building this, just for the heck of it. Since I have been building, but you know, I haven't posted anything on Instagram or anywhere else, so How's about I just show them here? You know, just some exclusive content for all y'alls to see. Just a treat. She says thank you. Glad she appreciate. Very glad she appreciate. So, um, yeah, I like these flaps. I like the way this. So I like. Sorry about that. I like these. I like these flaps and everything. It's pretty nice. Uh, exclusive treats. Yeet. All right. I guess I'll be doing that then. I'll be showing some stuff at the end of the stream. Is this? Gosh dang it! I hate stickers. This is so irritating. I'm not going to keep the stickers on, but I'm a perfectionist. I have to get this right the first time. Or just get this right in general. Okay, put that there. Okay. Make 'em treats be cookies. Yes. Cookies are the best kind of treats. Why wouldn't they be cookies? Cookies be the best. Le best. Okay. Put these. I'm really liking the ornamentation here. Okay, so this is looking pretty nice right here. I like it's kind of off. I really like will it focus, please? Come on, it's not that hard. Come on. Screw it. The camera's not being cooperative, so I'll just leave it alone. And put the last of these parts here, and I think I'll be done with this segment of the torso. Then we can move on. Oh, even better shaping right here. Hopefully the camera will focus this time. It's actually a lot cooler. Right here. I really like how these pieces just kind of like fit into this wedged piece right here. I really like that a lot. Looks very cool. And even better with this shield piece. Just makes the whole thing flow. All right, so I'm going to flip the page and continue on to the next bag. And yeah, put all these aside, as well as the stickers. Get on with the next one. Whoa. Okay. Well, these are in red now, I guess. Let focus. Come on. Please. All right, there we go. These are in red. I did not expect that at all. At all. I did not expect. Just more and more new colors with these Technic pieces. And I'll never, and like, you'll always know when they make a new cool recolor um, with like everything else, right? Um, like you'll always know when they make a cool remake with just larger parts, like CCBS parts um, or something like that. But you'll never know anything when they make a cool new Technic piece in an interesting color. You'll never know about that. Whoa, new part colors. Yeah, I know. It's ridiculous. I really love seeing those kinds of pieces in new colors. I mean, honestly, to be completely honest, I don't think I'm going to need these in red for any reason. I mean, if I'll hold myself to that, if I eventually do need them in that color, uh, I'll announce that I was wrong. But um, yeah, it was. It's really neat when I see them in these new colors. It's always nice to see. Got some brown in here. Really liking these colors. I'm gonna have a lot to work with when I'm done with this. The end of the stream is like, or this entire stream is like the countdown till I just completely destroy this set. Because deep down, I think we all know that that's what I'm really waiting for. I'm not excited about the build. I'm just excited about what pieces I'm going to see while building this and how rapidly I'm going to take it apart once I'm done. Everyone knows. Sand green slopes. Yeet. Bring out the sledgehammer. Oh, yes. The sledgehammer is always going to be the primary tool of destruction. Always. Sledgehammer is my favorite tool to dismember parts with, to dismember sets with. It's very effective. Okay. Grab that. Some more gold. It's always good. It's always snazzy. Real snazzy. Well, that's interesting. I didn't think a construction like this would be part of a mech unless it was, like, I guess, to look like a piston or something. Just put it together and I'll show. And all right, there we are. I don't know why this would be part of a construction for a leg, but again. Might just be part of the aesthetic or something. Lightsaber rods. Ooh, time to cut. Do not be lonely. I am not lonely. I have a fair amount of people. It's illegal. Well, I thought you were going for something sentimental there, and then you just went, it's illegal. It's illegal to be lonely. Alright, your words have been heeded. I will never be lonely again. Josh Sapnu. Hey, what up? I think I remember that name. I don't fully remember, but I've heard that name here and there. Might need to change stream title then. I'll change it. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I don't need to worry about that now. But if it's illegal to be lonely, then I might get arrested. So, no, I don't care about you. Just don't want to go to jail for knowing of you. Don't want me to. You just don't want to go to jail because you know me. Well, if you're in a court of law, you could just go, I do not associate with this man. I do not associate with this man, and I have no opinion of him. And then off I am to jail without, and you won't be joining me. End of story. Oof. This build is confusing because I mostly don't know what I'm building. Apparently this part right here is going to be for the foot, maybe. But this is starting to look like the knee joint. So that's kind of crazy. I haven't been watching the live streams because I've been really busy. Well, I mean, if you're busy, you're busy. And that's just kind of... I mean, I hope life is, life is treating you well, obviously. If hopefully you were just busy and, it wasn't anything, too harsh. But I'm glad you've been able to drop by today at least. Always good to see a familiar name in chat. That there. No, nothing harsh. All right, that's good. Glad to hear. Okay. This one's a little different. From the other side. It's only going to take half of one of these. Yeah, I'll definitely make good use of these sand green. Video almost finally done. That's awesome. I really want to see that. Le big gasp. Oh. Oh, this is the hip. I didn't know that. This is the hip. I had no clue. Now I have to build all that again. Wow, this is a pretty interesting design. It's got these things, so it kind of gets to move out a little bit. And then it can also move forward like that. Not so much back, actually, surprisingly, it can move back a surprising amount. Nobody, Vanu, hips. It was the hip. Ah, Mata Nui. Sadly, it has no knee joints. Yeah. There was a pretty good opportunity to give it knee joints, but it wouldn't really be a mech if it didn't have like that, I guess, robotic movement style where it's all just really stiff. But they could have bothered to give it some movement. Oh well, it is what it is. It finished the export. Yes. Success, Guardian. Oh, success. Yeah, I agree. Robotic feel is gone if this movement ain't stiff. It's kind of sad, but that how it be. He's speaking the native penguin language. Yeah, that was actually more me making a Destiny reference. If you know Varix the Loyal from Destiny, probably not. I don't know if anybody here knows Destiny stuff, but if I were speaking my native penguin language, I'd be going, as that is the native tongue of my people. No, sir. Yeah, I figured. Not many are familiar with the good old days of D1. Niet. Goes there. I'll be right back. Hold your horses. I have no horses, but I will hold. Do not worry. You will not miss a thing. Or maybe something, but horses are being held, is all you need to know. I say the nay. I say the nay. To that I say nay. I say the nay. I tried to say the. To thee I say nay. There was a point in time where I tried to understand Old English. Needless to say, I kind of dropped it as it very little of it made sense to me. Oh, I'm off screen again. Man, hunching over is a pain. I'm going to need a very good stretch before I tear into this admittedly very cool set. I wouldn't want to tear into something this cool, but I have to because I won't give myself any other choice. Get that, and I might be missing a piece. Oh no. Oh no. Is it still in a bag? Oh, it's... Oh no. Okay, we're good. You got it. I recently started. Okay, Josh Sapnu says I recently started watching Full Metal Alchemist and envies envy a true and envies true for looks like the green creature from Thatchmax series. So what, like the lizard thing? Oh, um, is it the lizard thing that kind of just morphs into whatever it wants? Yeah, sorry about the awkward silence. I just kind of spaced out there. Uh, yeah, it's Steve. Thank you, Naretta. Well, I haven't watched Full Metal Alchemist, so I don't exactly know, but um, I can look it up. Everyone can have a cooler battle cry, but Steve will always have the most fearsome of them all. I've seen Full Metal, great anime. And I don't. I used to watch anime. I'm kind of out of it at this point, but I'll give it a look. I guess. Yes. Yes, indeed. Alrighty. For a second, that one piece that was lost to me for a moment. I thought I was gonna have to dig through all of my pieces in the background for a moment so I could find a replacement. Luckily, I didn't have to. Okie dokie. So we got the second hip done. It's looking pretty nice, I must say. Very bulky. Like this looks like a collector's set. or it's like a kind of a crossbreed between a regular and collector set. Just kind of gives off that vibe to me. And they didn't. Oh yeah, they. Oh, I missed. I forgot to put these where they needed to be. But I was but a fool. I overlooked one tiny detail. And on to the next bag. Good lord. My back. Wait, the set costs $60, right? 60 or 70 to my recollection. Correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, it did cost a lot. I'd say it was worth it though. I'm getting like more tan pieces than I bargained for. Clone Commandos aren't the Battlefront Clone Commandos aren't the Battlefront prophecy. I'm upset. I kind of fell out of Star Wars, so if you're making a reference that I probably am not getting it because it's I fell out of the loop of Star Wars. I kind of just became that one guy who didn't exactly like the more recent Star Wars movies and just fell out of them. I'm not going to go in depth on my opinion, but just explaining why I'm not really in the loop anymore. So if that was something that a Star Wars fan is supposed to get, I'm sorry. I once was, not anymore. Okay, onto the lower leg, it seems. Hopefully these new friction adders are not going to be as loose as the other ones. But I guess we'll find out. A while ago, a dev said that two things were coming. One was ARC Troopers, one hasn't come, and he just said Commandos aren't it. I don't particularly like the sequels either. Yeah. They're just kind of underwhelming. I mean, at this point, I'm along for the ride to see how it ends. Because from the sound of things, things got a little messy. And that's putting it nicely. I mean, some people liked it, some people didn't. I happen to be one of the people that didn't like it. But yeah, I just kind of want to see how all of this ends because seeing how much of a contrived, like, oddball that the whole new trilogy became, I just want to see how they fix it or if it even gets worse because I have no idea where it could go from here. I'm just kind of looking forward to seeing how it ends. I want to see if it like kind of redeems it or if it just plows it further into the ground. I'll stick to Clone Wars. They have 3 more movies in store. Yeah, Clone Wars is the best. I remember on my 10th birthday, I got a Star Wars The Clone Wars DVD for the first season. I think it was like the first few episodes. And like this is excluding the movie, by the way. So yeah, I watched it and then I watched it over and over and over. And that was like the first episodes I watched was the Malevolence saga. And that was like Grievous is my favorite character because of that. His design was cool and it takes me back. That was a really fun time. And then fast forward to somewhat recently, and I find out that they might bring back Clone Wars for a little bit, and that leaves me excited and kind of afraid, if I'm being honest. Um, okay, the Explodinator says, I'm probably watching 9. I want to see what they do with it. Yeah, I do too. Clone Wars is my favorite era. Is my favorite era for sure. I agree with you 100%. Have you seen the 2003 Clone Wars? Grievous is so cool in that. Um, so is that like the okay? So the episodes that I'm most familiar with. Actually, I'm gonna have to do like okay. This is getting me all nostalgic. I need to do a marathon in the future. I really want to. I really want to just marathon that. Yeah, Naretta, even Anakin, who was despised at the end of, or like throughout the entirety of Revenge of the Sith. I mean, I guess some people may have liked him, but I don't know. The It seems like the unanimous conclusion is that he was a very annoying character to listen to. But whatever the case, Anakin was awesome in that series. Obi-Wan was even better. Um, Grievous, while a coward, actually was like in some episodes he was a semblance of. Oh yeah, the okay. I completely forgot about that Explodinator. I'm sorry. Yes, I've seen the clips from the 2003 cartoon. Grievous, mm, spicy. He is so cool in that series. Like I wish they kept that sort of character, but now he's just um in the Clone Wars the prequel and the prequel films, he kind of as as George Lucas put it, he basically said that Grievous, in his mind, was meant to be nothing more than um, the villain that just kind of twisted his mustache and then ran away. But um, but Grievous in the 2003 cartoons was epic. He was too cool. Like the his introduction was awesome. Like he took on how many, like 4 Jedi at the same time. So there were like he was definitely that. One does not simply do that. One does not simply just wait. Now I can only see Grievous with a French mustache. Oh no! What have I done? What have I done? This is awful. Oh, uh, your lightsabers will be a fine addition to my collection. I butchered that so badly, but do I regret it? Not really. Um, I think it was 5 or 6 Jedi. Yeah, but like what? However many Jedi, he took all of them on at the same time. That takes some guts, firstly, and kind of ironic since he only has like a few. Oh, hello, Pyro. Long time no see slash talk. In Lego Star Wars, you can give all the characters mustaches. Oh no. Bonjour, Monsieur Kenobi. Howdy there, mate. Howdy. How to do. How you be? It's been a very long time since I've seen you. But yeah, the Grievous from 2003 was amazing. End of story. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Best Star Wars character, in my opinion. Well, during that time period, anyway. In the Clone Wars and in the prequels, Grievous was, as George Lucas said, and yeah, I'm repeating myself, the villain that just twisted his mustache and ran away. And that is that is exactly what they turned him into, and it's really upsetting. But on the bright side, he wasn't always running away in the Clone Wars. He did it a lot, but not all the time. Not all the time. He would just kind of, like, he'd fight you for a little bit and then he'd run away when nothing was going his way. But then again, that's basically almost any villain. But yeah. Pyro Knight says, I miss talking with all the G Plus guys. Haven't really found a new group of Bonkle friends. You know, yeah, I really do miss those days, but I feel like if we made like a Discord chat or something, we could do that. We could bring it all back if we wanted. I'd have to ask everybody though, because I'm still in contact with some of the people that were part of that group, so we could bring everybody back together. There's a Facebook page and a Discord server. Yeah, there are many places that that we can all like get together and such. But if you wanted the G Plus guys in particular, we could start that over with Discord or something. Although I kind of feel like that before Discord or before Google Plus fell apart, there was kind of like I feel like a bit of tension or something. I'm kind of interested. And the whole Discord server, Zion. If enough people ask for it, regarding a Discord server, well, if enough people ask for it, I could just make a Discord chat where people can, chat and do this, that, and the other. Just a chill server where people can socialize and, hang out, all that cool stuff. I'm always down to meet new people, but I was wanting to meet up with the G Plus guys for old time's sake. Yeah, I can contact a few of them, and then we could set up a Google Plus server if we wanted. Yeah, I could do that. But they have to be up for it. So it might not, it might and it might not work. But whatever the case, like I can just make a. They said they had a Discord that replaced the G Plus. Really? Huh. Oh wait, so. Oh, actually, Naretta. Yeah. Um. Me and Pyro are talking about an old Discord group that we had a while back, and this was long before this was long before I joined the Hapori at all. Pyro was part of this group, and a bunch of others, and so we're talking about like bringing those people back. Bring all of us back together, and residing on Discord and having a fun time and whatever, just talking again, doing what we normally used to do, but actually being alive. So yeah, just stuff like that. But yeah, there was certainly tension. Yeah, I have a hunch on like what was going on, but I'm not gonna. Naming names can be dangerous. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, lots of clashing personalities. Oh yeah, and lots of unwanted mocking criticism, even when it wasn't meant to be taken the wrong way um, or anything serious. It was just even when you were being constructive, sometimes some people just couldn't take it. It was rough, but you know, it was what it was. You can't please everybody. You could try to be helpful. Some people won't want it. It's just how life is. Oh, geez, that was a menace. Lack of understanding. Yeah, yeah, it was hard, and it's always hard when you're trying to talk on a social media platform because no one knows like your tone. You don't People don't understand exactly what you're saying because they don't know how you're saying it. You like you could say something that can be taken the wrong way, but you don't actually mean anything bad by it, but it'll be taken that way, and that's just the flaw of social media. That be what emojis are for. Yeah, that's very true. Although, like, to me, it's kind of irritating when someone doesn't understand, like, doesn't isn't able to get a basic compliment. It's like you said, I like the mock, but I feel like you could improve this and this and this, and then people get angry. Like that's how the entire conversation would go. I would say I like the mock, but there's this problem and this problem and this problem. You know, I just do the normal thing and I say that it's good, but it has issues. And then it's followed by just completely removing the post or getting into an argument or them just incessantly like defending themselves. It was pretty crazy. Laughing emoji. That is definitely what emojis are for. But yeah, uh I didn't use them much as they kind of just, using them all the time to me was just meh. When I'm talking to somebody, I would at least like to I'd definitely be a lot more comfortable knowing that they understand that I'm just trying to give criticism and not, be extremely um, you know, like unfairly, like just judging their creation unfairly. You know, better if someone understands what I'm actually saying, right? So, yeah, that's what always kind of bothered me. But yeah, I'd love to bring the entire gang back together and probably bring the gang together with a bunch of other people too. So I guess if enough people want it, you know, maybe start a server. Some new people can join. Some people that we already know can join. You know, it'd be kind of cool. Just depends on how many people are down for it. That'd be epic. Yeah, I'll ask. I guess it'd be quite nice. Uh, righty. Flip this around. I just hope that really want to get to know the new guys like Thatchmack and Naretta. Yeah, they are very cool people. And I don't know if Nareda and Thatch would join uh, that Discord server. It'd be nice, but I'm not sure they would. It's up to them, but yeah. It'd be very cool. Zion, I'd definitely join. Yeah. I'm glad to hear. It just means like firstly, like I'm gonna start with the people I know, or like the people that I used to know on Google Plus. Well, Nareda, you wouldn't be uh technically you wouldn't be new to the well, you'd be new to the Discord server. And by our old Google Plus community standards, technically you would, but yeah, you're not new to Google Plus or the community there. You know a lot of people, and I know that. Like way too many people. I put in Toa in Google search, and for some reason, like 50% of the search results is Toa Nareda everywhere. I meant new as in new to me. Yeah. Yeah, Nareda knows everyone. It's like a it's like that one person that all of town knows who they are. It's one of those situations. Okay, so when I get done with this portion of the foot design, then I'll show off what it looks like, since um, as I'm building this, I'm really, really beginning to admire the design. And man, sometimes I just would love to get into the heads of the designers that built some of these sets, because my goodness, they're so detailed. And generally just a joy to build, really. Some really cool stuff. Yeah, so this is just the foot. A very detailed and very nice and shapely looking foot. I mean, over here it kind of looks like there's a face with these two gold studs for eyes or something. It looks kind of creepy, but you know, other than that, I love the whole shape that it's got. Very nice. Now I just have to build the other side. Oh boy. Jeez, my back. Hunching over like this is ridiculous. It probably makes sense. No, it probably takes them many months to design them, or perhaps they use Denmarkian witchcraft. Well, whatever it is, I'm gonna go to Denmark and find out one day. Whether it's witchcraft or just the brilliance. I mean, if it takes them months to design it, then I'm not really surprised. Like, actually, I don't know if you were around to hear this, but but Pyro, at the end of this, which it's kind of nearing the end of this stream as I'm almost done with the set. Eventually, um, I'm going to show off some designs that I've been working on, as of late, and some cool stuff, some premium content. You know what I'm saying? Watching all this footage giving off nostalgia. Well, Noretta, as much as I missed this year's Brick Fair already, there is probably a lot more to come. A lot more memories to be made. So, yeah, I'm really at this point I'm more looking forward to the next one because every Brick Fair is always just gets better than the last every time. Oh boy, content. That's right. Some premium content. Ooh. Some, I guess, a very small, I guess, thank you for sticking with me as long as you guys have. Because those of you who stuck around through all of this boring nonsense, I congratulate you. You could have done literally anything on for like the past 2 hours, but you chose to hang around and watch my stream. For that, I thank you. I don't get paid, so you know that I'm being honest. I'm sleeping with my eyes open. Well, that's teach me. I'd love to know. That sounds like a skill worth having. Teach me how to sleep with my eyes open. I can get so much done. I feel like I should start contributing to the community again. I haven't uploaded anything in literal years. Well, yes, but I don't blame you. For me, I have no excuse. I have a lot of time on my hands. So I can't. For me, it was like inexcusable. I had to upload something. But I mean, I can obviously imagine. I can imagine if you're busy. You know, it's the beginning of the school year, and who knows what goes on during um who knows what goes on during vacations and whatever. So you not contributing uh for the sake of your life, I'd say, I mean, it was worth it. You shouldn't feel bad for not contributing, especially if it means your betterment. Sleep typing. I would also like to learn said skill. Noretta, please teach me. You have my contact information. Teach me. Is it possible to learn this power? It might be. Maybe. Noretta, what do you say? Is this power teachable? One cannot teach if not master. So, what you're saying is that you haven't mastered it, so therefore you cannot teach it. Teach me anyway, please. You don't understand how much I need this. Did I put the sticker here in reverse? No, I did not. Excellent. Well, I'm glad that the stickers aren't transparent this time. as they almost always are with these sets. Stickers will usually be transparent, and they just, they just kind of let the color of the set just do everything for it. They don't bother to give the sticker any color. Did I miss something? I feel like I missed something. I did not miss anything. There's just this extra slider. Whatever. It's just sitting there, I guess. Okay, so this is what I have so far right now. It's looking pretty nice. Now for the arms, which look like they're going to be about as beefy as the rest of this thing. Nope, that's the head and shoulders. Hop to it. Did I throw anything in that bag? No. Okay, so Renzo thought that I bought the set for this piece, or for one of these pieces. I in fact didn't. I couldn't care less about this, but hey, I got a giant shuriken now, so that's kind of cool. Well, I can't complain that this set, I can't say anything about this set not coming with any minifigures, because this came with 4 so far, going on 5. I mean, that's pretty serious. In like 2 years' time, I could, I guess, go to Brick Fair and sell each one of these for like $7 or more. Do something cool with them. Oh, so that's what these things are for. These are banners, apparently, that you just kind of put at the end of. You just kind of put at the end of a spear, or at the end of the halberd. So you just stick this through, and you get that. Pretty nice. It's a pretty good number of boys in a box. Yeah, it kind of is. Like, the Death Star was well known for having how many minifigures? Like 12? 11? Something to that effect. It didn't have like a crazy amount, but it was, well, it was a large amount for a Lego set, so that was pretty impressive at the time. And I think it holds that record for one of the few sets that came with that many minifigures. I don't remember how many it came with. I just remember that it was a lot, and that people gave it like a lot of praise, or said that the price was inflated because of how many minifigures it came with, which to me is never a decent enough argument to justify pricing. But I guess minifigures are very expensive to make because printing and other things. I don't know the logistics of such things. I just know that they make the price go up a lot for those things. $12 sounds about right. Yeah. It was a lot for at the time. It was quite a bit. Got more of these inverted tile things. Pretty cool. I think I remember counting them in the Lego magazine ad. Huh. I don't think I got the Lego magazine. I don't think I ever got a Lego magazine detailing that, or I probably did, but forgot about it. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't have been the first time. But there was another set that was just, I think it, um, I think it outclassed the Death Star in scale and not necessarily minifigs, but just in scale and um, pieces, maybe. It was the Super Star Destroyer, and it was like the collector's edition thing, and it was like a 2 meter long ship, like 2.5 meter long ship. It was ridiculously huge, and I remember seeing that at the Lego store one day, and it was so large. It was pretty ridiculous. It didn't have minifigures, and if it did, actually no, it did have minifigures. I think it only came with 5 though. It wasn't a noteworthy amount. It just came with a couple minifigures. And yeah, I kind of just lost my mind when I first saw it. I had no intention of buying it though, because firstly, if I were to use that for pieces, well, I wouldn't. At the time, I was not really good at using system parts for anything. All right, time for the forearm. I thought this was going to be like an hour and a half long stream, but I should have known better. Oh, I got some dark azure pieces. I typically use them for Kralos now, since Kralos Boy has some dark azure pieces, so I want to use that. Naretta, it has been 2 hours and 13 minutes, going on 14. So yeah, I've been sitting here a while with my back hunched and building. Big oof indeed. 'Tis quite painful, but worth it. I get to talk to everybody. Stretch boy. Dark azure? I thought that was Mata blue. No, it's dark azure. I used the CCBS shells from the 2014 and the 2015 and 2016 Gali. I used both versions for or pieces from both versions to give Kralos his dark azure shells. And any and all dark azure pieces that I get, I always look at to improve upon that. So you can imagine my excitement when I saw the Bugatti Chiron set. My goodness, I wanted to buy that so bad. It was a very, very, very big set, and I don't think I would want to build that on stream. My goodness. If this is a task, ugh. Whatever the Bugatti Chiron would throw at me would be absolute agony. As Naretta put it, I'd be a stretchy boy for a long time. Long, long time. Okay, but what have you seen? Have you seen have you seen the life-size one they made? Yeah, I did. And some people, man, some people just have that much dedication. It's scary that someone actually went out of their way to do that. I don't know exactly what they made it out of. Like, was it Technic um or was it predominantly system? Because I don't remember when I first looked at it. I think it was mostly Technic. My goodness. Someone thought that that was a good idea and they actually did it. If you believe, at least the exterior was. Yeah, the interior could have been, well, anything really. I think what would have really just put it all over the edge would have been if the whole thing were operational. I think that would really just be going too far. Like if it was motorized. All right, almost done. Dude, it drives at like 25 miles an hour. Really? It's operational? It's completely operational? If this is all true, like some people are crazy. It runs entirely off of Lego motors and everything. Oh my gosh. Someone thought that was a... Someone had too much time on their hands. That's insane. Some psychopath decided it was a good idea to build an entire Bugatti Chiron and make it fully motorized. That's crazy. I don't know about headlights, but the blinkers but it definitely drives and steers, I think. If what you're saying is true, Lego puts too much of their money and investment in a lot of cool stuff, but stuff that they could easily be using to, I don't know, make construction a little bit more, interesting. I don't know. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Like it's all cool and everything, but they really should do something. Nobody. Lego. I think we need some more we need some more clout. Seraphim. Or Zephyr Zephyr whatever. Storm. Lego is big dumb. Absolutely right. Like they brought Bionicle back, made it terrible, and they don't dare try again or try to fix their mistake. They're just like, let's give them let's give them this story wrap up, and hopefully they'll be happy and they'll shut up about everything. And the way they try to Zephyrim, okay. If they try to I like how they tried to put a bunch of CCBS parts in random system sets to appease um the ever hungry construction community. And then because of how sick and tired CCBS machinists are getting from just waiting around for some new sets and parts, they just outright make their action figures out of system parts. And you see me kind of using a bit more system myself because Zephyrim Starm. Zephyrim Starm. Sturm and Drang. You're get it? Storm, you're a weapon combination in Destiny. I'm an awful person. Do I smell a Destiny reference? Yes, you do. I hate Vanu, by the way. Just so everyone knows. No, he actually loves me very much as a friend. He thinks that I am his bestest friend, and sometimes I'll see him hanging by my window all creepy, but I forgive him because that's completely it's fine. He just does that. I know that that's just how he is. Well, I don't know about that part. I mean, you do kind of stalk me incessantly. I'm joking. I'm bad. I apologize. That there. And okay. Put this here. Build the elbow connection. Success, Guardian. Oh, success. This is the Lloyd's Titan mech. I just picked this up one day because I decided that I was going to take a long hiatus from video gaming. So yeah, I just kind of decided to take a break. So I bought this set for the sake of giving myself something to do while I was on said hiatus. So that's the whole story. Now on to the final part. Oh boy. And now I could put this weird Spinjitzu tornado thing to actual use, thankfully. Storm strikes out. Yes, the storm does strike out. Out with the storm, as they say. As no one says. Frick you, Vanu. No, frick you, buddy. Frick you, loser. That here, and this is a pretty interesting piece. Just that was less effective than I imagined. Anyway, put that aside. Storm, orange. Yeah, Storm, orange. What are you gonna do about that, bucko? You mad fool. What will you do now? If you do not comply in the next 5 seconds, the Citrus Nation will be at your door, sir. So if you know what is good for you, you will comply. Heathen. That's a pretty good Kermit voice. Thank you. Thank you. I worked really hard to get it right. Hello, Kermit the Frog here. Over time, I also managed to do a okay Varix, but it's more of like a joke voice than anything. So I just kind of do it whenever I'm like, whenever I was playing Destiny with BioBlade, if you remember him. Try a Stitch voice. My goodness, I don't even remember how Stitch's voice went. I think it went like, did it go something like this? No, that sounds like a really weird Jar Jar. I saw Misa heads. Yeah, Bio still reminisces on like Google Plus and how it's died and everything, so yeah, demented Jar Jar. Ever since my tongue hit the plasma beam on the speeder, I've gone crazy. Sith Lord Jar Jar. Oh yeah. Now you're Gollum. Yeah, can we just settle on I'm being me right now? Because that's basically what I am right now. I'm just being me. I'm just being crazy. I'm being a fiend. Being crazy. Have you ever considered voice acting? I do a little bit here and there when somebody asks, I do voice acting when people ask. Sorry, I had to impulsively newt. Uh, yeah, I just kind of do it whenever. Some people will just ask for voice lines, and or ask if I can voice a character for them. And admittedly, some of the voices that I'm asked to do will just kind of go, um, like I won't be really good at voicing them because the characters that I'm voicing are a little bit out of my element. I voice. I'm good at voicing crazy, weird voices, like kind of high pitched stuff, and I could do the Pengu Newt and whatever. But then I could do stuff like Varix's voice, like at the end of Prison of Elders rounds, he'll just go, "Success, Guardian, oh, success," stuff like that. So, like, I think I have a sort of niche when it comes down to voice acting, but yeah, I just do like community voice acting. I don't actually intend on it being a career path for me. Um, because I'm no Andy Serkis. I'm I'm not really like crazy good at voice acting, and if I could do it, then someone else could do it better. I mean, I guess I'd have like a unique voice to an extent, maybe for some very specific needs, but you know, I'd kind of be like I'd kind of take on the role of the Ninjago voice actors before the reboot, where they kind of just they weren't well known, they weren't popular, they were just like they were well known ish, or no, they were no, they were just trying to they were looking for opportunities, and the Ninjago show was said opportunity, so they have a little bit more uh they're a little bit more noteworthy, and so hopefully they have a better career going forward. I really do miss them though. I think I would have kept watching the show if they were um if the voice actors kept voice acting in the show. But ever since they stopped, it was just ever since they were, you know, uh ever since they kind of were off the job, it just uh I didn't like the idea. I didn't like the idea that Jackie Chan was Sensei Wu or whatever. It was just kind of it was really weird. Well, they kind of had like this soft reboot. Um I think it was I don't remember which um I don't remember what the theme was before they rebooted the show, but it was like a soft reboot where they went back in time, they changed history, I think, and then something happened, and then there was like motorbike gangs, and then steampunk uh, dragon hunters that would hunt dragons for profit and such, which was which kind of had like a Mad Max sort of feel to it, which was kind of cool. Um, but it just kind of fell apart. But yeah, it was when as Noretta said, it happened around the time the Lego Ninjago movie came out. So that's when the reboot happened. So yeah, to me it was kind of just really meh. I didn't think it needed a reboot. I didn't think that it needed more well-known or popular voice actors. I kind of liked the show just the way it was, and then they went ahead and did that, and I just kind of lost all interest after that. Because you don't just, one does not simply just change, the characters and their voices and everything and expect people to stick around. Sometimes people just like, um, some people just like certain characters and the way they behave, and sometimes the voice actors that were chosen for said characters give them more life. So I was very disappointed in the decision, personally. I wish they hadn't done it, but I might drop in and take a look at and see what they did with it, just out of curiosity to see where the show is now. Um, but yeah, it was around that point where I just stopped watching. I didn't care anymore. Uh, but if it means finding out how, or like where they, um, if it means anything, or if it means finding out where they are now in the story, as I have quickly found out that now they're, you know, fighting like snake people and things are getting a little crazy. Uh, yeah. Okay, I stopped watching. I stopped being into Ninjago after around the Stone Warriors arc thing. Yeah, after I feel like it really should have ended there, to be honest. But then it continued, and rebooted wasn't bad by any means. It's just that they had a pretty good ending. It actually, now that I think about it, it seemed very rushed. But the Stone Samurai arc was pretty. It was pretty rushed. No, the arc where with the Dark Island was cool. Um, my only gripe with it was that when it came time to do the final battle and everything, they didn't hash out the whole. They didn't like stretch out the whole thing. It just seemed to end in all in one episode. But the Stone Army arc lasted forever. It took a long time for it to end. Um, I stopped after the snake line. Yeah, that one was even. That was probably my favorite. That was technically the first. That was technically the first season of Ninjago, and the first 4 episodes were considered like the prologue of sorts, if that makes sense. And yeah, the prologues were really good. Firstly, it was a very nice introduction to a new toy line. Uh, the Serpentine were definitely an interesting form of world building. And then when they went on the whole Golden Master nonsense, it made more sense, or it kind of just gave the Serpentine reason for existing, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, it was kind of out of nowhere, but it was pretty cool that the Serpentine had um, some decent reason for being around. And then the Megaweapon, I just want to touch up on that real quick. It may have been very stupid in concept, but it explains how the first Spinjitzu master was able to create the world of Ninjago in the first place. I mean, technically, how he just came into existence like that seems like that will never be answered. Like where the heck he came from, but how he was able to create an entire world with the 4 weapons of Spinjitzu, it makes sense because he combined them into the Megaweapon, as dumb as the name sounds, and that allowed him to create an entire world. He wished for an entire world. But again, I don't know where he came from. Ninjago Jesus? Yeah, that's basically what he was. I just have no idea where the heck he came. It's like he he just exists for some reason. He decides to create an entire world and then he lives in it as a human, just normally. I don't mind this, but I kind of mind this. It's kind of just, no explanation. Was just too silly for me. Yeah, the Serpentine was kind of when it got, well, it was the Stone Army line or the Stone Army arc that made it a little bit more serious, I think. But yeah, the Snake one was pretty good. It was all right. Like it's good for a kids show. It's not like anything mature or whatever. Straight up, don't remember anything after the first season. Um, yeah, I don't really remember. I don't. I mean, I remember a fair amount, just not a crazy amount. Okay, so this is the head. It's looking pretty good. And I got the pauldrons done too. So now to just put all of this on, I guess, and then create the sword. That there. And looks like an Evangelion unit. Yeah, it kind of does give off that sort of impression, doesn't it? Just a little bit. Alright, now for the sword. Oh, almost forgot that. Looks like a Gundam. Yeah, it has that general theme about it, I think. The head does, I mean. The rest of looks like a Gundam or a Gurren Lagann gunman. Yeah. That, not to sound rude or anything, but that's a load of kanji to me. Like I don't understand any of that. I'm I'm not and never have been an anime fan. So or like into that sort of thing, into Gundams or whatever. Like I've seen them, the Gundams and the Evangelion things. I kind of got, but I don't follow that kind of stuff all that much. So I forgive me if I don't understand fully. Okay, so there's the sword, and I like how they made it so that it's not a pin connection. So it just kind of slides in here, and you just use the fingers to hold it in place, which is a pretty nice touch. Like that a lot. And here's you're gonna see like you're probably gonna end up seeing like the rest of my room, probably. Yep, this is the mech. That's fair. Anime isn't for everyone. Yeah, I just like I used to watch Fairy Tail for a while. Safe to say, I really was not impressed. Wow, that's a big boy. Yeah, it is certainly a big boy. He is quite large. He's like I think people tend to make fun of how tall Kralos is. And people tend to make fun of how tall Kralos is. And I think this guy is like around the same height. He's got to be. Oh yeah, this thing goes on the back too. So yeah, right. It's gotta be here. Obviously, I'm not gonna put the minifigure in there at all. So yeah, very nice. Yeah, he's very good. He's a very good set from the looks of things. Fairy Tale is garbage. I understand your dissatisfaction. Yep. Ninjago Uniters. Oh my gosh. You just had to say it, didn't you? Oh man. Yeah, Ninjago Uniters. For sure. Definitely. Um, but yeah. I'm gonna set all that aside though and just go back down here. He's got an Oaksar on his back. Yeah, he does. He really does, don't he? I'm just gonna put all this aside. Time for, I guess, showing off the stuff I've been working on. Excuse me. Alright, so I'm gonna start off with something small. And some stuff that I think I'd have to set up some of it, as it is, in fact, in pieces, or like one of its most important pieces is missing, so I'd have to dig for that for like a second. But yeah, Naretta has seen what I'm about to show, so nothing new there, just some stuff. All right, there we go. Now this, so this guy at Brick Fair, all right, so I had this, careful, you might pass out on camera. Yeah, I almost knocked it over. Whoops. Goodness, this piece just falls over all the time. Professional streaming, am I right? Anyway, so I did post a sniper on Instagram, and it was like a Black Hammer or whatever. Bug Boy 2, Bug Boy 3. Is it Bug Boy? No, is it Bug Girl 2? It would be Bug Girl. So yeah, I had this sniper, or I built a sniper and posted on Instagram a while back. Wait, this piece is missing. Apologies. This piece always keeps falling out. But yeah, I had this sniper that was built based off of Whisper of the Worm, and then I decided, because the character that I built that sniper for was too small, so I decided to make a smaller version to fit his general build. And so I made this sort of Vex Mythoclast Weapon of Sorrow looking thing, with a dragon head at the end of it. So I thought that was pretty cool. Now the character that this is for, he was at Brick Fair, but he didn't exactly um, get much attention. And this is who the sniper will belong to. And he's still technically a work in progress as he. Um, thanks, Spyro. Yeah, the sniper. It was like it's a much simpler version, but yeah, I like its sleek design. Glad you like it too. Um, but yeah, there's this dude. He's technically a work in progress. Um, he's I can't really go into detail about his character as I'm still trying to develop the story and um, his, I guess, his personality. Um, Buff Javik. Yeah, I got a few of that. I got a bit of that. But hey, I got a good laugh out of it. Well timed joke, Naretta. No, well timed. Um, yeah, but he's gonna get buffer. I really want to make him a little bit more beefy, as he's not exactly meeting the standard that I want. But yeah, what I do good. Do it more. Never stop. Memes can never stay dreams. Um, so yeah, this guy is like he's technically not a work in progress, except he's missing a leg, so in that sense he kind of is a work in progress. So yeah, there's that. He's like I'm trying to go for a western feel, so he's he's like this kind of darker themed bounty hunter, and he's like I'm going for like a gunslinger theme. Naretta says, Vanu, I don't know if you know this, but he's missing a leg. Yeah, I gave him a peg leg at Brick Fair, but he wasn't supposed to have that. But I wanted something to show until I got the pieces necessary for the leg. I still haven't gotten around to putting it together, but I will. And along with that, I will be changing around his build a little bit. So he's he's still a work in progress. Um, but yeah, I'll be done with him soon, one day. And before I get around to showing the real meat and potatoes, um, I'm just gonna quickly show some, I guess what you'd call a brick doodle, where I just decided to make something random, and so I made this crazy Egyptian shield thing. Uh, I just kind of felt like, I have like Carlos's race is gonna have like this sort of dark, ancient Egyptian theme going for him. So this was just kind of made to go with the theme. So I gave it the eye and everything, kind of to be like the eye of Horus, sort of. And then I gave it a the golden feather and all that stuff. I on the back, it can be held. I just need to put the connections necessary, and most importantly, figure out who the heck I'm going to give it to, because I have no idea who's going to have it, and I don't think it'll be Kralos. Definitely will not be Kralos. Um, but yeah, thank you. I'm glad you like it, Pyro, and also to you too, Naretta. I'm glad you like it too. I could have shown it earlier, but I guess I just didn't. And so I'm only going to show the head design, and only the head design, because it just doesn't look right on the rest of it. Give it to the dude with the thing in the place. I will, Naretta. Don't worry. I'll do it. So for a while, I got bored of Kralos's old head design, with the Borak eyes and hand connectors, so I came up with a replacement. And this is what I would normally want Kralos and the rest of his kind to look like. Have this really aerodynamic and menacing eye design and more like horns instead of like antennae. Thanks, Pyro. Appreciate it. It took me a long time. Actually, no, it didn't take me a long time to build because it took me more of a long time to actually put together, like the design and idea for it. Because I had this I had this on my mind for a long time, but never did I ever actually try to put it together until recently. And that's when uh, my ideas kind of took form and, I'd actually put this together. So, yeah. Black Manta's cousin. You know it. Definitely. Yeah, just to throw this in here, because I kind of changed the design a little bit. So, Last Word, or the gun based off of Last Word, a little bit more ornate this time around. A little bit cooler. I added, like, the only thing that I really changed was I gave it these gold pieces right here. And, Pyro knows that I'm a very big fan, or any Destiny player that knows me knows that I'm a huge fan of The Last Word. So this gun is my tribute to um that gun, and to me using it, how much I love using it in game. This is my tribute, and I put a lot of work, a lot of heart into it, as I have a lot of memories using this weapon. And yeah, I really enjoyed putting this one together. It's a nice piece. And a lot of these guns I feel like are too good to just they are too good to just kind of have as like mock props. I have to give them names and everything. So I don't know how I'm going to format that into my videos. I mean, I'll think of something, but I got to do it, you know? Um yeah, so there are like two. Okay, so there are two more guns that I'm going to show, or yeah, there are going to be two more guns I'm going to show. One of them being a shotgun that kind of takes inspiration from Chaperone and Fourth Horseman and kind of gives it a darker, more rustic and more rustic look. It definitely looks like The Last Word. Thanks, Pyro. I tried my dang hardest to make it look like The Last Word. Like if it didn't look like Last Word, my gosh, I'd be changing that thing all the time until I got it right. But yep, this is a shotgun. Oh yeah, also just real quick, I want to give this gun like a general name, or like ID, like the names for these guns. I want them to kind of align with the people that wield them. This one, the Last Word gun in my universe and story, I call it the gavel, as in to represent the judge's gavel, because the person who uses it is like judge, jury, and executioner, right? So I wanted to call that the gavel. This one, I wanted to just give it a cool name, so I just call it, if you remember Ragnus, the giant, tall, and scary Borak Va-headed dude that I made really long ago. I'm basically revamping him. So I've got, this became a Lego gun show. Yeah, okay, so Naretta, I was thinking of making like sub series that was called The Gun Show, and it basically went over it was just a bio of all of these guns. I should propose that to everybody and see how many people like the idea, and maybe I can do something with that. But um, yeah, this I call this gun the Deadwood in reference to the song or the first song that I used to introduce Ragnus, the tall and scary, overpowered Makuta guy. Um, because I mean, the Deadwood. That just kind of sounds like a good shot. That sounds like a good gun name, and it refers to the character's past, to the revamped version of the character's past. So that's I tried to kind of capture that in this weapon. I've always admired good Bionicle scale gun designs. Yeah, it's really hard. Sometimes the barrel ends up being too long. Like I had to shrink down the barrel by like several sizes when I realized that it was too dang heavy. And same goes with the handle for another gun that I'm about to show. And I think you're gonna really like this one, Pyro. Um, I like the brown. Makes me think of Gambit. Yes, this also was kind of like I didn't mean for it to come out like this, but it kind of reminds me of Parcel of Stardust or Mindbender's Ambition. I'll always be a Destiny nerd even if I don't play it right now. But yeah, this reminds me of this kind of was supposed to have the vibe of Chaperone and Parcel. And yeah, that's the whole look I was trying to go for. So yeah, it's a pretty good piece. And last but not least, well, I think you know what this is. I think this does not need any introduction. I think you know exactly what this is. Shotgun I call Shoregun. Or Shotgun I call Shotgun. You want the Lumina? I mean, Pyro, there's a I know you're messing with me. Come on, I know that you know exactly what this is. This is based off of the Ace of Spades. My gosh, Pyro, you are a monster. uh, I mean, that's not a bad idea. Okay, Lumina, I want to do, but I don't know how. Hawk Moon, I also want to do, but I don't know if I want to. I feel like Hawk Moon would just kind of be a remake of The Last Word or of Gavel. But yeah, no, don't worry, Pyro. I thought you were messing with me. I didn't know that you actually didn't know. I've never done a raid, and I still don't have Ace. Ah, cross save. That's gonna be a thing soon. I don't know if it'll fix the problem, but I mean, if we could connect on Destiny that one day when cross save becomes a thing, and maybe like since I'm on my hiatus, it's gonna be a while. I'm moving to PC. So am I, dude. We could join there. It's gonna be awesome. There are a few other people that are gonna be joining. I think Storm Seraph will also be there, and there are a few Bionicle peeps that are also going to be joining. So that's cool. Yeah, in 3 months. That's how long my hiatus is, so it's going to be a while then. But I will help you complete your first raid. Do not worry. I've helped newcomers to raids a lot. It'll be fun. Yeah, it will be glorious. But I'm not gonna be like really into Destiny like I used to be. Like I would play like 10 hours a day which was very unhealthy, and I understood that it, kind of late. So yeah, this hiatus is well needed, but until then we'll wait. But when the time comes, we're gonna have some fun. But for now, yeah, this is Ace, and typically I put they will sing of our triumphs in the halls of Valhalla. Yes, sir, that they shall. But yeah, so yeah, this is basically like obviously I'd go with the Ace of Spades card, which I got from a minifigures, the collector packs for minifigures, for Lego minifigures. It came with an Ace of Spades card and a Joker card, and so because I didn't have an extra Ace of Spades card, I basically put the Joker card on the other side and decided to call this gun the Lucky Man, as it has two really distinct and very powerful poker cards. And if you have a Joker or an Ace of Spades, that's a very lucky hand. So yeah, I call this the Lucky Man's Draw, or just the Lucky Man. Yeah, I try to have like as many like Destiny inspired guns as possible. Um, I think I don't know what else I want to make in the future, but I'm just gonna get it draw. Yeah, I'm really into westerns nowadays, so yeah, I'm going full. I'm going head on into all of this, and I've even made a new self mock because I'm kind of sick of being an edgy moth boy, or depicted as an edgy moth boy. So I decided to change that. So the if you're familiar with um, so if you're familiar with the blue moth lady, I guess, basically what some people would call female Kralos or whatever. I in this new head design, because she's also part of Kralos's race and everything, I decided to change her up too. But if I can find the right piece to replace that, no, I can't. I guess I'll have to use this then. So I'm not going to show like all of the stuff that I did to change her up a bit. I'm just going to remove that, and I'll save that for a video. Some cool content. I'll save that for later, much later. And let me just put that there. This there. And so in this new design for Kira, I basically she's tall. All of these mocks are tall. So yeah, I made a few changes. Quite a few. I'm still missing a dark blue piece on this arm, on her left arm, but there isn't really Enter Thunder features. Yeah, the inside joke. Thunder features. But yeah, I made the head like Kralos's, as one would imagine. I didn't show the new head design of Kralos's new head design on Kralos, obviously, because it just kind of it was too big on him, and I kind of need to upsize his model just a little bit before I try and do anything ridiculous. So, um, yeah, this one has a lot of hip to her, for sure. um, yeah, thank you, Pyro. Um, yeah, this one definitely feels very buggy. I don't know if you've heard about I don't know if you've heard of Hollow Knight, but I took a lot of inspiration from Hollow Knight when I built these new head designs. That inspiration from that, and I believe the Destiny Strike boss from Destiny 1, known as Alakul. I don't I don't know if I'm saying the name right, but you know the Dark Blade, that guy. Um, yeah, I took inspiration from him. Um, Scarabs, yeah, she looks like a queen of scarabs. Um, yeah, the Dark Blade, that's definitely her inspiration. Yeah, his helmet was really cool, although I'm annoyed that it wasn't very like it did not take shaders well, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, I took inspiration from Hollow Knight and his head design, or Alakul's head design, and came up with this. Um, I feel like in trying to have like a very shapely figure, I ended up making her a little too curvy, but you know, I think I've claimed the reputation of having relatively like the way I approach female mocking is a little bit it's not the traditional uh you know the traditional formula where you have like a pencil thin waist and everything. But I guess in trying to be a little bit different with the head with the torso designs and everything, um, led to the proportions being exaggerated in some areas, or a little bit more exaggerated in some areas than others. Um, the curviness adds to the segmented body slash bug feeling. I don't exactly see it. Actually, I could kind of see it. Yeah, I could sort of see it. Um, I guess in the legs too, it'd be yeah, it kind of looks a little segmented. Um, but yeah, I yeah, this one I'm very proud of. I wish Kralos looked this good, or like on this level of was on this level of good when it came down to putting the head design on him, the new head design on him. But you know, you can't have everything, can we? Or we can't have everything. Um, so obviously that wasn't everything that I wanted to show, because there are some things that I kind of just want to leave for a video, so that like I don't want to show everything, right? I want to have some content still. Um, but yeah, I made this, I guess, another one of Kralos's race, except she's gonna be like a queen of sorts, because the Madazil or the um Kralos's race that I've dubbed the Madazil are going to have like multiple different variants of their species, and this one is going to be like of a, I guess, a more gory, bloody war clan, like warmongering clan or something. So they have like different, uh, they have like a different style to them. So I kind of want to give off that feeling, so that every Madazilian empire you go into, there's always a different atmosphere and a different variations in design and even culture, really. You know, I want to kind of give off a different vibe every time. buzz peeps. That they are. They're very buggy individuals. And sometimes, get this, they will bug you a lot. I like it unique, but this but the same kind of like the uh unique but the same kind of like humans. Yeah, definitely. Um that's the style I'm going for because you can't just have like one like you can't have an entire race of creatures, like an entire species, and then they just have one variant across the board. Ma- Mana Zelichin. Mata Deligan. Yeah, a lot of people are. Some people might have a problem pronouncing that. Um, Another Matazelian head. This one is a little bit unique. He's kind of. This one's kind of for like a more antagonistic character. Not really going to go into too much depth. I'm just going to say that the eye differences. Um, the reason for the eyes being this jagged was I wanted it to kind of be um, like Venom, how he has like his jagged eyes and everything, or how the Venom symbiotes have jagged eyes. I kind of wanted to do that, something to that effect. Looks like a Tron bug. I did not notice that until you pointed it out. That he really does kind of look like a Tron bug, doesn't he? But um, is there anything else that I can show? Um, I guess not. I really like all of these different heads. So cool. It definitely makes your character stand out. Yeah, most people make like bionicle figures, and I make bug people. Buzz Buzz goes the synth. Imagine that if like there was a soundtrack for these guys and they had like a buzz variant of a normal synth. It was like a normal synth noise, but it was like mostly buzzing. Um, my gosh, that'd be something. uh, but yeah, I think that's all I really wanted to show. Really, although Zion. Oh, you just came back. Oof. I just showed some a bit of premium content. Some not really premium content, just some stuff that I was working on. But um, I'll keep the stream up on my channel so you can watch the playback if you missed it, or you know, uh, so you won't completely like miss it, but you could watch it. Watching that new Invader Zim movie. Ah, okay. All right. Well, I mean, makes sense. Invader Zim was weird. Okay, I mean, take your time. I'm just saying, if you wanted to see what I was working on as of late, then you can watch the playback. If you don't really care, you don't have to watch it at all. It doesn't matter to me. Um, okay. Pyro Knight says, "Hi, I'm Vanu, and I make bugs." Yeah, That's kind of. Yeah, that's me right there. Um, the cool part, or not really the cool part, but just the sad part is that I actually despise bugs, but I'm fascinated by them and I build them. But then the second one enters my life, I just get furious. Like earlier today, there were just two wasps chilling in our kitchen, and I had to, like, this morning, because we're fixing up the house and everything. there was paint on the windows. So I had to go scrape that off this morning. And, I was doing that. It wasn't, it was just a normal day, right? And so I go up to the window and I try to scrape off some of the paint off the window. And then I see two wasps on the top right corner of the window. And I was about to put my hand there. And I gasped and just ran off. And I was like, you know what? I know this was my assignment of the day. I know that I wanted to do this because the windows got to be cleaned, but I am not stepping anywhere near those things. No way. So I just kind of stepped away from my responsibility the second I saw those things. What was weird though was that for the entire day they just kind of sat there. They didn't fly around the house or anything. They just kind of sat there. Get some wasp spray. We did not use wasp spray, but we used alcohol, and that killed them in about a minute. It took them a while to die, but yeah, they're dead now. You hate them, but you make them. Exactly. Like, I'm fine with scarabs. I'm fine with beetles. I'm fine with. I don't like flies because they're annoying. I'm fine with like beetles, ants, I guess to an extent, roaches. Actually, no, I don't. I can't stand roaches. They just run rampant if you don't take care of it. Um, Butterflies, moths, and fireflies. Just I'm fine with a lot of insects, but then when it comes down to actually bees, I'm okay with. I'm warming up to bees, but then wasps, hornets, and mosquitoes, flies, and gnats can all go to hell. I do not like him one bit. That's why I made Hamios. Because he's an embodiment of my hatred for flies. And he's the embodiment of what I think of flies. Stupid and annoying. So that's why I made Hamios. He was just kind of like a joke. So, yeah, I mean, he was, as I was moving, he kind of got lost in storage for a bit, so he might be in pieces. Or actually, no, he's in relatively good shape, surprisingly, but his wing is missing, but to that I kind of say good riddance because, this freaking thing, he's a this guy is like a joke. The point of his existence is to just be a joke. He's a flyboy. I'm definitely going to change the head though because I'm kind of getting over the I don't like the Zarek Zay head design for this guy. It doesn't look good anymore to me. I'll probably use the um yeah, Naretta, he's just the really annoying character of my universe. I don't even know if I want to make him canon just because of how dumb he is. Uh, but yeah, I mean, I guess he's cute, but sometimes sometimes your worst enemy is a wolf in sheep's clothing. You can't trust everything that's cute. Raise his hand. I'll take him. Uh, you know what? I mean, I would give him, but there's one problem. He's my joke. He's my inside joke. He's my hatred embodied. Um, But yeah, that is all that is all I wanted to show. Just gonna give one last look. Give one last look at the set. Fine. Yeah, he's my inside joke and my he's a mistake, but he's my mistake. uh, so yeah, one last look at this boy before he's absolutely torn apart. I'll be kind of sad to see him go as he is a very nice set. I rate it 9 out of 10 because I've never really I've rarely seen solid Lego sets like this, but granted, then again, I haven't really bought any. Um, but yeah, I'd say that just this for like a basic kid's toy, this is really nice. And the age requirement or the age recommendation is like 9 years old and up. That's, I mean, that's kind of ridiculous. I mean, it's not ridiculous, but back when Scopio was a thing, it was like this thing requires it. This thing had a age recommendation of 16, and then this thing, which is in my books a lot more complicated, a lot more sturdy, and a lot more not necessarily moving parts because that'd be a cruel joke, as this thing is quite stiff, but it had a lot. This thing has a lot of it has just a lot of density, a lot of pieces. It seems like something that would be in a collector. It would be like a collector's set, you know, those really expensive and really large sets that, um, you know, like a father would buy or something. And yeah, Noretta says it looks like a mock. Yeah, it certainly does. It really does look like a mock. Um, if someone just put this on display and um, had it in the set wasn't released yet, and it was like this person got a hold of the instructions earlier or whatever, as like that would never happen. But if it did, and they just built this thing and they put it up at Brick Fair, I'd be like, oh, that's a pretty cool mock. That looks pretty sturdy. But this is a basics. This is a set, and you know you could definitely see that Lego has definitely raised their standard when it came down to um, you know, traditional Lego sets, which I really like. I really look forward to seeing what they do in the future. What kind of sets that, you know, I'd want to buy in the future. It'd be really cool. Definitely looks like it definitely looks very good quality. It is like it's really sturdy. Like it's got like you could technically twist the knees a little bit. It's got a little articulation there, but not really much. That's kind of like a technical thing because of the way it's connected, not actually meant to be bent or anything. The hip articulation is surprisingly good for what it is. You know, you can move the leg forward and side to side. I think that's really impressive for what this thing is. And then there's this little, I guess, this little mini Ninjago Uxar thing that just kind of hangs on the back and gives the set a little bit more pizzazz when you put it on the back. The arms are basic. You know, I don't really expect them to be good or spectacular. They're just kind of basic. The the head is serviceable. I don't exactly like its look or its appearance, but it's definitely serviceable. And more importantly to me, the parts, I'm going to have so much fun messing around with these. And I cannot wait to see what I make out of these, and I can't wait to show what I make out of them. So, Yep, that is all for tonight. I'm glad that you guys stuck that you stuck this out with me, as it has been a very, very long and potentially, or most likely, boring ride. It is currently 10:30 where I am. I expected it to be later. Um, but to those of you that dropped in and then dropped out, thanks for watching, even if it was for just a little bit. And for those of you who stuck around for this long, I really appreciate it. You guys are troopers for sure. And I really enjoyed talking to you guys. But, as it were, I gotta sleep. I got a set to demolish in the morning. So I will see you all next time. Bye bye.